Anong tingin niyo?
Pwede yun. One of the objectives yun, maalala nyo, habang binibisita nyo yung mga kampo, pinapalabas nyo yung mga CPP, NPA leaders. So, kumaga, parang sleight of hand yan. Na-entertain yung mga sundalo natin while pinapakawalan yung mga leaders. Kaya wala signify man lang ng ano doon, ng opposition. So, that's one. Pero, another objective is probably yung kanilang, yung paranoia na baka may destabilization moves going on. Wala naman, ano? Kasi talagang yung rank and file ngayon, the officer corps, talagang very professional ang AFP natin ngayon. Then, the third one is sinusuyo mo. Kinukuha mo yung loyalty at baka i-employ mo for other purposes. Yun ang delikado.
So your information is that the military fully backs the president because
Yes.
ang sabi dun sa peace talks, may mga hindi masaya dun sa nangyari.
Merong ganon, ano? Hindi mawawala yon. May mga nag-express ng disappointment or
Pero konti lang.
oo, konti lang, but not enough to overcome yung loyalty and support kay President Duterte.
Pero yung back to the original question na is he politicizing the military, and you say he's
Yeah.
coming dangerously close
Dangerously close.
because of his frequent visits.
No, sa akin kasi dito is the moment he employs them for political purposes, yun. Kaya nga ang highly suspicious doon yung frequency of visits. Kung hindi mo wala ka namang planong i-employ sila for other political purposes, you don't need to overdo it. You can deliver your message, your support for the AFP sa isang ano lang.
So itong state of lawless violence, that allows the military to take part in law enforcement efforts. Is that part of the political activity? Sinasabi niyo?
I believe he is pushing the boundaries. Kinukondisyon yung mind ng mga kababayan natin na ayan, sanay na tayo sa state of national emergency, state of lawlessness. So, parang this is the new normal. So, pag nag-next step ka na, maglagay ka na ng mga platoons of soldiers at some areas of the metropolis, yun na yung nag-level up ka na until next thing you know, yun na.
Another thing, Senator, I think hindi naman yata sikreto na the AFP is one of the most maybe pro-American of institutions in the Philippines. There's a lot of interaction with the American military. The top people go to school in the US. In a few weeks, we'll have another military, another war game exercise. With that background, the president repeatedly saying, "I'm crossing the Rubicon. We're about to, let go for alliance with the U.S." How do you think is that impacting on the military?
Yun yung nagkakaroon ng ngayon, ng some concerns. Concerns pa lang naman. Pero it's mainly sa officer corps. Sa rank and file, they're just doing their job. Yun naman ang ginagawa ni President Duterte kasi he feels na malapit na sa magkaroon ng cult following and it's expanding fast. So, tinetest niya yun. So, kumaga, he keeps on floating these ideas na at some point, dito na tayo sa China and Russia, mawawala na tayo sa US. So, he's letting these trial balloons float around para masanay yung not only the soldiers but the populace with that idea na gano'n na nga.
Senator, you spent 4 years in the PMA, 12 years in the Philippine Navy. Ikaw personally, anong tingin mo dun sa trial balloon na yun?
Sa akin, ano yan, from a practical perspective, tanggalin natin yung political, being a former soldier in the AFP sa Navy, hindi mo maisip paano mo i-operate yung Chinese made warship. ang problema yan sa maintenance manuals lang. Nakita namin yan with other foreign made na vessels. May language barrier kagad. Mahirap yan. Then whereas sa American made equipment, ando doon alam nyo kagad how things are done. Even the machines, the machinery, the main engines, for example, ng barko. So, familiar kayo sa So, yun pa lang yun sa technical or maintenance aspect lang, mabigat na. Tanggalin mo pa yung political aspect. Of course, that's for the AP leadership to handle.
Senator, babalikan natin yung isang issue nung campaign. A question from Flores Pelita. What happened to Duterte's BPI certifications that were supposed to be released after 10 days? Ano nang nangyari doon?
Yun yung tinatanong ko. Actually, binibilang ko ilang buwan na to. Di ba? So, baka magandang maitanong yan ulit. Later on.
Kaya natatakot yung mga iba mong kasama sa Senado, Senator. Kahapon meron ka pang we are not out to oust anyone, at least not yet.
Well, yun na nga,
Pabiro lang ba yun? O,
ayoko naman kasing magsabi na it's not gonna happen. And I'm not talking about any extra constitutional ouster plot. Yan? Figment na ng imagination nila yan. Kasi yung impeachment, is part of the constitutional processes. And when you vote to convict, you're basically voting to oust. Di ba? So, yun naman ang konteksto po nun. Pero malayo pa tayo dyan. Malayo pa po tayo dyan. Dito pa lang tayo sa fact-finding. And, yun po.
You said this already, but I just want to make sure. It is also possible that, in fact, walang kinalaman si Presidente.
Pwede ho. Kaya nga, sinasabi ko, dapat, yung mga kaalyado ni President Duterte, mas game sila dito. Dapat mas eager sila to prove na walang kinalaman si President Duterte, kasi yun yung transparency, Kasi i-compare natin kay President Aquino. Remember yung sa DAP issue, tsaka yung Mama Sapano, wala siyang ni-restrain. Lahat ng kailangan nyo, binigay. Wala siyang pinigilan. Ako, kaalyado ko ni President Aquino. Hindi ako sinabihan na ganito i-anuhin mo i-outvote nyo si Senator Grace Poe as the chairman. Walang ganon, mga underhanded tactics. Talagang piniga natin. And we saw for ourselves na walang kinalaman.
Senator, ang bilis ng oras. We only have 7 minutes left. Meron pa tayong konting game. But baka we can ask you. So, yung media nakatutok talaga, lalo na sa Senado kasi ang dami nangyayari. So, there's a lot of coverage of extrajudicial killings and hearings sa emergency power, sa budget. Meron ba kaming nakaligtaan? Meron bang mga importanteng nangyayari sa Senado na hindi namin nakikita dahil nakatutok kami dun sa mga nabanggit ko?
Okay. Wala pa sa Senado, pero sa House of Representatives baka ilalabas na nila. Itong tax reform program nitong Duterte administration, kailangan nyo tong himayin. Kasi mabigat po ito, plano nilang dagdagan ang excise tax ng gasolina ng 6 pesos, yung diesel dadagdagan nila ng per liter 6 pesos per liter, yung mga sugary drinks dadagdagan nila ng excise tax din. So tatamaan dito yung mga kababayan natin. And baka kasi dito sa political noise nito ng EJK at itong kay Mr. Matubato, malulusutan ito. Mabigat ito sa bulsa. Kaya kailangan malaman ito ng mga kababayan natin.
Parang kanina lang yata merong panukala sa House na yung sa
senior citizen.
Sa senior, maalis yung value added.
So kasama yon, part of the package yun. So tatanggalin nila yung exemptions ng senior citizens sa mga restaurants, pati mga persons with disabilities. So, yan, kaya kailangan makita nyo na hindi ito lahat, drug war, hindi ito, so, yan, tatamaan talaga sila sa bulsa nila.
Ano naman sa tingin mo ang magiging reaction ng Senado as an institution pag dumating na yung, when you have your own counterpart deal?
Well, sa akin, hindi ko pa lulusutin talaga yan. But, isang boto lang ako. Kaya nga kailangan makita natin, bantayan natin yung mga magtutulak niyan. At kailangan magalit yung mga kababayan natin dito kasi sa hirap ng buhay ngayon, we cannot afford additional taxes. So nakita nyo, while the propaganda is bababaan daw yung income tax, pero yung pala babawiin dito. Kasi kung 6 pesos per liter ang itataas sa diesel, so ibig sabihin tataas yung pamasahe, tataas yung bilihin, yun na yan.
Okay, meron pa tayong game pero baka pwede ko pang matanong to. Saan ba to? Meron tayong reader na ang gusto lang niya malaman, Senator, is it worth it? Hindi ko alam kung ano ibig sabihin, pero is it worth it?
Well, itong risk na kinakaharap natin, standing up, yes, it is. Kasi this is the only country that we have. Kung masira ito under the wrong hands, talagang marami maghihirap na Pilipino. So yes, it is worth it.
Okay, fine.
Okay, let's proceed. So welcome to the last segment of our show. Thank you to those watching IN Q&A with Senator Sonny Trillanes. The last segment is called The Good, the Bad, and the Maybe. I already explained it with the Senator. Basically, we will just give him 10 topics related to the Philippines, and he will have to answer if it's a good idea or a bad idea. He can say maybe if he's unsure or he feels that it's a controversial topic, but only once. Okay, so let's start with the 10 topics. So the first one, Duterte visiting or touring military bases.
Good idea.
The second, Philippines following the Colombia model for war on drugs.
Good idea.
President Duterte visiting China.
Good idea.
Decision to abort the transfer of Bilibid to Fort Magsaysay.
Good idea.
Good idea lahat.
To abort. Okay. Federalism system in the Philippines.
Bad idea.
Modeling the Philippine healthcare system on that of Cuba.
Good idea.
DOF proposal to increase sin tax.
Good idea.
Perfecto Yasay as Secretary of Foreign Affairs.
Good idea.
Your friend Senator Cayetano as Secretary of Foreign Affairs.
Good idea.
Gloria Macapagal Arroyo as Secretary of Foreign Affairs.
Bad idea.
Okay, so that's a 10 items.
So
you want to
Would you like
explain?
to explain some of those?
Qualify? Okay. Yung visiting military camps, good idea yan kung maganda yung intention mo. Pero kung ang plano mo later on ay kaya mo kinukuha yung kanilang suporta o nililigaw mo sila for other purposes, then it becomes a bad one. So at this point in time, it's on its face, it's still a good idea. Ngayon yung visiting China, while we should remain or strengthen our alliance with the US, but we should continue to engage China in other matters through the trade, the tourism, and yung what's this, rights of the OFWs. And what else? Yung Bilibid to Port Magsaysay,
federalism.
Federalism talagang ano yan, that's a recipe for a disaster. Kasi maghihiwa-hiwalay yung ating bansa pagka tinuloy natin yan. May mga states na mag-aasenso sila and they will just break away from the central government. Ganun po.
Senator, mukhang wala na tayo. Sayang, ang bilis ng panahon. Ryan, magpaalam na tayo.
Yes, thank you very much, Senator, and to everyone watching IN Q&A tonight. Follow us on social media, Twitter, jnary_newsstand, and Sabilio INQ to learn who is next on the hot seat. So far, we've had, I think, record-breaking viewers tonight. So, thank you very much, and good night.
Thank you very much again, Senator Sonny Trillanes. Good luck with your initiative in the Senate. Thank you to all our audiences.